10 facts so strange you will not believe they are actually true. The world is a strange, surprising place, in ways large and small, serious and trivial. Many times, what you have assumed to be true for years may be completely false. Sometimes what you thought was a myth turns out to be true. This list of bizarre but true facts is sure to shake your worldview. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Leave us a comment telling us you are a new subscriber and you will never miss any fresh new videos. Number 1. Elephants can hear with their feet. Elephants' enormous ears would seem to be capable of picking up on every sound, both near and far. However, it has been discovered that the animals hear with their feet to detect distant noises. Normally, they would scan back and forth with their large ears held out like a parabola. They'd freeze, lean forward, and put weight on their front legs to detect distant noise and vocalizations. Number 2. The world's largest blanket didn't even fit into an indoor arena. If you have a knitter in your family, you've probably received a handmade blanket as a gift at some point. However, the next time the knitter in your life wants to put their wool to good use, they could try to make something like the 21,000 square foot blanket made in August 2018 by over 1,000 people from 32 different countries. The record-breaking blanket was so large that it filled the entire indoor arena at the Ennis Showgrounds, even overflowing up the walls. The blanket was then cut into smaller pieces and donated to the Irish Red Cross. Number 3. Japan uses sunflowers to clear up radiation. According to the Telegraph, when a tsunami hit the Fukushima area of Japan in 2011, radioactive fallout from the nearby nuclear power plant contaminated the land and water for 30 miles in every direction. Even outside the evacuation zone, the soil contains radiation traces that can end up in any food grown there. Buddhist monks started passing out seeds for field mustard, amaranthus, cockscomb, and sunflowers to help rehabilitate the land. These plants are known to absorb radioactive particles. Within the first 6 months following the disaster, more than 8 million sunflowers were planted. Number 4. The remains of the inventor of the Pringles can are in a Pringles can. Frederick Bauer was the man who designed the iconic Pringles can. That's why, when he died in 2008, his children honored his wishes to be buried in one. I chuckled about it when my dad first mentioned it in the 1980s, Bauer's eldest son told Time. Bauer, on the other hand, was dead serious. So, on their way to the funeral, his children stopped to buy a can of Pringles. My siblings and I briefly debated what flavor to use, his son recalled, but I said, look, we need to use the original. Number 5. NASA was sued by 3 men for trespassing on Mars. For years, NASA has been working on Mars-related projects. However, their exploration efforts were derailed in 1997 when they were sued by 3 men for trespassing on Mars. According to CNN, the Yemeni men told the Arabic language newspaper Al Thori, "We inherited the planet from our ancestors 3,000 years ago." NASA, on the other hand, dismissed the suit in an interview with CNN. Brian Welch, their news chief, told the outlet, apparently while trying not to laugh, "It's an absurd claim. Mars is a planet in our solar system that belongs to all of humanity, not just 2 or 3 Yemenis." Number 6. You can spend the night inside a 28-foot long, 12-foot wide potato. Instead of booking a room at a quirky hotel, consider spending the night in a giant potato the next time you're looking for a unique getaway. No, it's not an abnormally large potato. In Boise, Idaho, there's a 28-foot long, 12-foot wide structure that looks like one, but it's made of steel, plaster, and concrete. The Idaho Potato Commission converted it into a tiny apartment, which is now available on Airbnb for $200 per night. Number 7. A man tried to sell New Zealand on eBay. People try to sell unusual and downright strange items online. However, in 2006, one man took the unusual nature of the digital marketplace to the next level by attempting to sell an entire country, New Zealand, to be precise, on eBay. A prankster from Brisbane, Australia, it received bids of up to $3,000 before the item was removed from eBay due to a violation of eBay's policy. Number 8. Dialogue between Frodo and Sam for The Lord of the Rings was filmed a year apart. Frodo, Elijah Wood, and Sam, Sean Astin, are particularly close in the Lord of the Rings film franchise. However, the two actors were not interacting with each other while filming one of their most emotional scenes. In fact, one actor's role was shot a year after the other. The films were shot in one long stretch, but the scenes were not shot consecutively, so the cast and crew could have been working on a scene from the first film in the morning before working on one from the final film in the afternoon. And they didn't always film the same scene at the same time. Every time we cut to and fro between Frodo and Sam, we're actually jumping back and forth across a year-long gap, says Peter Jackson, director of the trilogy. Number 9. It's illegal to die in one Scandinavian town. The Svalbard archipelago is located off the coast of mainland Norway, approximately halfway to the North Pole. Because it is so far north, it is completely dark for 4 months of the year, and it is so cold that anything buried in the ground does not decompose. In 1998, for example, scientists extracted a live sample of the 1918 influenza virus from buried bodies. As a result, Longyearbyen, a 2,000-person town, has made it illegal to die or be buried there. People nearing the end of their lives must instead fly to the Norwegian mainland. Number 10. Belgium once employed trained cats to deliver mail. The city of Liege in Belgium came up with the idea of using domestic cats as mail carriers in the 1870s. According to the New York Times, they trained 37 such cats by attaching messages to their collars in waterproof bags and distributing them throughout the city. It worked about as well as you'd expect. The fastest cat delivered its cargo in 5 hours, but the majority took a full day. We don't use Kitty Express for a reason. There you have it. What do you think of these crazy facts?